you know my first guest from his films, The Brothers McMullen, and She's the One. Well, starting tonight, you can see him with Tom Hanks and Matt Damon in Steven Spielberg's latest film, Saving Private Ryan. Let's take a look.
You want to explain the math of this to me? I mean, where's the sense of risking the lives of the 8 of us to save one guy?
20 degrees. Anybody want to answer that?
Riley, think about the poor bastard's mother.
Hey, Doc, I got a mother, all right? I mean, you got a mother, Sarge has got a mother. I mean, I bet even the captain's got a mother. Well, maybe not the captain, but the rest of us got mothers.
Please welcome Edward Burns. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
This movie's getting, man, 4 stars everyone's giving this movie.
Yeah.
That's got to be exciting.
No, it's wild to be a part of something like this, you know?
Now, I want to ask you about something because I've heard this a couple of times. I've heard a couple of the actors that are in this movie talking about how all you guys were put into real-life boot camp.
Yeah.
How hard was that? I mean, are we talking something that was sort of celebrity boot camp where...
No, this was seriously the toughest thing I ever had to do in my life. I mean, and the hardest thing, but... as one, you know, when you finished it, you had such a great sense of accomplishment, and we really couldn't have made the film without doing it.
Was the point here that you guys would just look like hell when you were done with it, so it would make the movie realistic?
I lost 9 pounds in the 8 days we were out there, and I think other than all the soldiering stuff and the tactical stuff we had to learn, you also had to learn what that exhaustion is like. I mean, it was no more than 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night. In it rained the entire time, and at night it would get down to about 40 degrees. So you're sleeping in this tent, and you have one blanket. So the option is, do you put the blanket underneath you so the ground doesn't suck all the heat out of your body, and then you're freezing on top, or do you do the reverse and let the ground suck the heat out of you?
No, you light the blanket on fire and warm yourself.
We tried that, just didn't work.
People were killed. You had a drill sergeant. Was this a... How serious was this drill sergeant?
He was tough. Captain Dale Dye. In boot camp, I mean, he's in your face every second of the day. If you're not holding your weapon properly, if you're not walking in formation, he's screaming and yelling at you, forcing you down to the mud to do 25 push-ups, calling you a turd every day on the set.
Wait. He's calling all the actors in this movie a turd?
Everyone.
Did he call Tom Hanks a turd?
Hanks was like turd number 1, you know. So,
boy, to achieve that status would be really tough.
I mean, boot camp was a little easier on Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, he had his own tent, and he had 2 blankets.
Oh, wow.
So that's the advantage, you know.
Now, I'm curious about something. Are you going to see this drill sergeant again? Because you probably really hated him during that week. Is he going to hit you up for a movie part now or something? Hey, turd, put me in a movie. Come on, let's go.
I love Captain Dye. You know, when we finished, I thought, you know, I never need to see this guy again for the rest of my life. But then while we're shooting the film, again, he's there every day, screaming and yelling at you. And if we're doing, you know, a scene where you didn't take the soldiering side of your performance seriously enough, he's screaming in your face, you know, Hanks included. So when I saw the film when it ended, he's the first guy I wanted to thank.
Now, is Spielberg going through this boot camp too?
Steven was not there, no.
Did he pull up like in a limo and the frosted glass came down?
It was actually a
great coupon, you know, and then he's gone.
Can I ask, because you said you couldn't have made the movie without boot camp? My reaction to that is, what? I mean, it's a movie. Why do you say that?
You could act really tired.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, you know, you
maybe the tired side, but there are other things that we needed to know how to do with the weapons. That, you know, and you've got some very complicated scenes, and you got a ton of dialogue to know.
Didn't you get hurt with one of the weapons?
Yeah, again, Dye got it into my face right after this because I was supposed to know you don't grab your weapon by the barrel just after having fired it. I fell in a hole, dropped it, picked this thing up, and in a second, my hand blistered, popped, and just started gushing blood.
So you were like Private Jerry Lewis for a second there.
It was not a graceful moment. But the thing is, you know, they had to get the shot, so I had to go do one more before they took me to the hospital.
Right.
So,
and get your real blood off and put the fake blood on. Yeah. I'm curious about how you managed to do this. Someone told me you're editing the movie. You were editing a movie at the time. I don't know which one.
No Looking Back.
You were editing No Looking Back while you were making this movie. You were actually editing on set.
Yeah, well, actually...
So you're like in a trench editing a movie? What are you doing?
No, I wasn't actually on set. I had a room where my editor was, so basically, you know, just cutting the film at night and then showing up the next day and doing this film.
Did you ask people in the cast for advice?
There's a scene at the end of the film that took us about a week to shoot where it's me, Hanks, and Damon down in a foxhole. And I've got a scene in No Looking Back that I have to decide whether or not I'm going to leave it in or cut it out. Hanks is voting, you know, cut it out, you don't need it. Damon is thinking, keep it in, keep it in. So I went with the 2-time Oscar winner as Vice and cut the scene out. You know?
You have 2, you have 1, run along, little fellow.
We'll call you if we need you.
Any other, what's your next movie going to be? Any more Irish Catholic films?
Yeah, I'm doing a, I want one more of those, I think.
No, that's not a problem with doing Irish Catholic movies. I just have a bone to pick with you.
I heard you got a little bit of a beef.
I grew up in an Irish Catholic family, and in all your movies, all the Irish Catholic men are talking about sex with each other. That never happened in my family.
Not sex with each other.
No, not sex with each other.
When they're hanging out.
That's another movie you're going to make.
Yeah. Are you available for that one, Andy?
I sure am, buddy. As long as there's no boot camp.
You don't want him to go to boot camp.
Well, I saw you guys on the beach in that thing last night.
We were on the beach, yeah.
You, Max, and Andy.
Yeah, well,
nice.
we work out. But anyway, I was just pointing out that in my life, Irish Catholic guys do not talk about sex.
Where are they talking about sex? They're usually hanging out in a bar after they've had a couple of
We don't talk about it, ever. Never. We just eat huge quantities of red meat, die of heart attacks in our late 40s, and forget all that stuff ever happened.
Yeah.
So
if you start talking about sex, it's going to improve your health, you know. You
think?
Sure.
I think repression is the only thing keeping me going at this point. Just a real healthy dose of it. Well, Saving Private Ryan is playing everywhere right now.
Yep.
Huge movie. Congratulations to
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Don't get too big on us, all right?
Try not to.
Still come back when we're a cable access show.
All right.
Edward Burns, everybody. Thanks very much for being here. Louis C.K. coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.